You know that nothing has been left undone. There isn't a subject that we have not addressed. And you know that to the beginning and ending of you, you have heard the answer that you are looking for. Yes? Yes. Would you agree with us that from where you sit right now, you are recognizing that it's easier than you've been making it out to be? Yes. Can you feel the resourcefulness of Source and its ever-ready availability to you? And are you accepting that it really is your work to come into the vicinity? And do you also realize that with every effort is not the best word, because effort usually implies pushing against something, but with every concentrated decision that you make to improve the way you feel, that you then have access to more resources and more resources. Do you like knowing that you are here to manifest? Do you like the physicality, the sensuality of your physical time-space reality? Don't you love the beauty of it, the color of it, the texture of it, the sound of it, the feel of it, the smell of it, the taste of it? Isn't this just a delicious place to be focused? And can't you feel that this creative palette is just beginning, that there's so much more deliciousness to be discovered, to be desired, to be understood, and then to be realized? And aren't you pretty hot on the idea of the incremental realizing of it? Doesn't it feel satisfying to you to feel yourself off and then feel yourself on? Don't you love that self-control? And aren't you always excited when that self-control then yields evidence of your true power? We can feel that you are enjoying the understanding of your true power. And we use the word power in the sense of love, the power of Source, the power of goodness, the power of well-being, because you can't wield that power against anything. You can't use power against anything without it backlashing. You can only use power for something. You only align with goodness. So we want to say to you that the power that exists, the only power that exists, is the power of goodness. And you have been contributors of it because you have helped define what it is that you want. And the larger part of you stands in the holding of all of that and calls you into alignment with it. We want to remind you, as we are bringing this gathering to an ending today, that the feeling of alignment is the greatest power that there is. The feeling of alignment is the greatest power that there is. But it doesn't end with the feeling. It will flesh out into more of the delicious things that you're wanting, and it will confirm itself to you endlessly. You are powerful creators who have had a lot of experience in manifestation. And it is our knowing, and it is our joyful acknowledgement that now that you understand who you really are, now that you understand, and you do, your emotions are guidance that let you know your relationship between what you're thinking right now and what the Source within you knows about the same subject. Now that you know how to easily move into simple and fast alignment with who you really are, the manifestations will start flooding in today as evidence that you have found your place. You found your place. You're not going to come again talking about glitches and struggles. You're going to come again talking about ideas and advancement. Once you got this and you got it, you can't go back from it. You will never be the same. You can't unlearn what you learned. You can vibrate in opposition to it, but it will only help you remember it more. So whenever you feel negative emotion, it's just jogging your memory of what you know as a result of what we've talked about here today. We feel so much love and appreciation for your willingness not to just be here playing with us all around the world or in this room. It's not just this nowness that we adore you about. It's your willingness to be in this body at all. Your willingness to be out here on this leading edge of thought. Your willingness to explore and put into the vortex things for you to reap the benefit and reward of manifestation of now, or things that will be saved for generations to come who are less resistant to the idea. But we want to say to you, if this time-space reality has inspired within you a desire, this time-space reality and this nowness has the power and the willingness and the capacity to yield it to you fully now. There is great love here for you. And as always, we remain eternally and blissfully, robustly and friskily in the vortex. What's the evidence of alignment? The evidence is emotion. And of course, we would say alignment is happening anytime you're not feeling negative emotion. In other words, contentment is evidence of alignment. Passion is evidence of alignment. Enthusiasm, bouncing off the wall enthusiasm, yes. Eagerness is. That feeling of exuberance, it's that feeling of yes, it's that feeling of well-being. All of that, those are evidence of alignment. You can't always be there. Is your question, should I always be there? No. If that were the case, you would have stayed here with us. You said, I'll go into contrast and I'll deal with it. I'll know what to do about it. I will manage it. I will benefit from it. I will benefit from knowing what I don't want as much as I benefit from knowing what I do want. And I will no longer reside, as most humans do, predominantly in a step one mode. I'll ask and then I'll expect it to be given, and I'll watch for the evidence of it. And when I see the evidence of it, I will acknowledge it. I will run it into the ground. I will tell my friends, I had the best time. I did this and I did this and I felt this way and I felt this way and I felt this way and it was wonderful and I felt this way and I felt with this way, until they say, shut up. I feel so good. But you see, this alignment is not like a college degree where once you achieve it, it's yours forevermore. It either is or it isn't in the moment. And you can tell whether it is or whether it isn't. And now you know what to do if it isn't, don't you? And the more you do it, the easier it will become. And there will be those things that sort of feel like they are kind of sneaking up on you and catching you off guard every now and again. But all that means is you've got some residual beliefs that are not in harmony with what you truly know. So it just gives you an opportunity to sort of work the bugs out of it yet a little more, you see. It's so much fun. This is the way you mold the clay. This is the creative clay. It's the thoughts and feelings that come in response to the thoughts. So you think a thought and you feel how it feels. So just play with it for a little while if you want to. Think about your mother and feel appreciation for her giving you an avenue into this time-space reality. Just try to feel a little bit of appreciation for that and feel how it feels. And then remember your teenage years and how hard on you she was and how she didn't understand. And notice that you can look at the same person from perspectives of your choosing, and you can find reasons to align and reasons to not align. In other words, you can find things that the source within you agrees with and things that the source within you doesn't agree with. It does not matter where you've been. It only matters how you feel right here and now. You have a relationship right now with everything that you have become. And we're not saying you have a relationship with yet unfulfilled desires. That's not what we said. You have a relationship with all that you have become. That means all of those relationships and all of those manifestations and all of those creations, all of that abundance, all of that wealth, all of that sense of well-being, all of that sense of recognition, all of those future projects, all of those relationships, all of those families that you feel are in your future, all of those things that you often feel are unfulfilled are not only not yet fulfilled, you have already become them vibrationally. So how do we say whether you're living the past or the present or the future? When you're in alignment with what's in your vortex, you're living what you could call future manifestations, but they don't feel like future manifestations because in your vibrational harmony with them, you feel as if you will feel once they have manifested. That's the thing that we would most like you to take with you. We would like you to take a sense of ownership of that which has already become, so that you could then enjoy the surprising and delightful ways that what has already become begins playing out in your experience. We would like you to feel your abundance so that you recognize it as it flows to you. We would like you to feel your intelligence so that you could recognize it as the clarity comes. We'd like you to know your perfection so that you're not shocked when good things happen to you. We would like you to feel often the love of Source that radiates through you so that it doesn't feel like you have to work to appreciate the beauty of those around you or the beauty of your planet. You are vibrational beings. You are extensions of Source energy. You have the ability to tune your frequency in ways that you have not commonly been practicing. But as you start practicing it, you're going to feel really good. Do you know that you are the creator of your own reality? Do you believe that you can do something about the vibration that you are offering? Are you happy about the emotions that let you know what you are doing with the vibration of your being? Do you know that there are two ways to know what's manifestationally in your future? One is the way you feel. The next is what manifests in your future. In other words, those are the only two ways. You can tell as it happens and as it happens. And is it not always happening? Isn't your grid filling in with manifestations constantly? Isn't the absence of what you want a manifestation too? It's a manifestation of where you're living, isn't it? So aren't you always getting exactly what you're doing vibrationally? And don't you love that? And don't you love knowing that if you're getting something different than what you want, that you can do something about it? Do you feel sort of empowered to do something about it?